What's good, y'all? I'm the Psychedelic Seal, and I'm so excited to play this right now. It's gonna be my first full playthrough of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, a game that completely changed the landscape of 3D video games, of Nintendo, of the Legend of Zelda franchise. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I've only got to the adult section once, and I've never really paid attention to the story. And I want to go ahead and start. I'm sure y'all do too. Let's go ahead and get started with this historic game. In the vast deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. The polygons, the 3D polygons look real good when they're upscaled to 1440p, I will say that. I have so many memories of this cutscene. It given me chills when I was like 5 and 6 years old. Like trying to think of a more iconic video game entrance than that. Maybe Halo? Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. O Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it, the climate of evil descending upon this realm? Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as the barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now, find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly. The fate of the forest, nay the world, depends upon thee. That's a bit of a change in tone. Just how ominous it is going right into the overall brightness of the Kokiri Forest. Just the really lush landscapes, and you get those bright greens, but in Link to the Past, which is my barometer for Zelda games before this, there's a lot more gray, it's a little bit more washed out, and I could just imagine what it would be like in, was it 97, 98? In the late 90s when this was first released, how people would have absolutely lost their mind seeing Zelda like this. Those graphics were bomb for the time. Hello, Seal, wake up. The Great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Seal, get up. Hey, come on. Oh, gotta have the good old-fashioned Navi hey. It's been memed. You finally woke up. I'm Navi the fairy. The Great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going right now. I full-heartedly agree, Navi. So yeah, just to kind of get it out of the way, I do have the graphics upscale to 1440p, just so it wouldn't be a pixely mess on my screen. But I am not doing any of the, HD mods that I do for like the Wind Waker or any other game. I really wanted to kind of keep this as close to the Nintendo 64, how I kind of remembered playing it as a kid. Wow, a fairy? Finally, a fairy came to you. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri Seal. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. I shall, Saria. Just so many memories of running through Kokiri Forest and just, collecting 99 rupees and not even really going into the Great Deku Tree, just spending hours inside this own little nook of the forest that they have in this game and still just having, honestly, the most fun. And getting that rupee counter in the bottom left just to 99 was such a huge accomplishment for little 5-year-old Seal when I was just a pup. Honestly, this is probably one of the very first games that I have a real conscious memory playing. Like, there's some Super Mario 64, some Pokemon Yellow, but I really think that the first game that I can really remember is Ocarina of Time. So this one is a bit of a nostalgia trip for me, but it's going to be a weird nostalgia trip because I know the elements of the story, but I am not sure of, how when things happen or how things happen or anything like that. So it's a weird mix of being really familiar to me, but also being able to look at it as a young adult. And we get the Kokiri Sword, so we have a means to defend ourselves, but also able to kind of digest the story of the passing of time and of growing up on the other side. Because I would feel like most people experienced this when they were a kid. So I'm interested to see what experiencing it as an adult will be like. I will say, I was a little bit worried about the graphics being a little off-putting, but honestly, it just adds to the experience so much. That's a big reason why I didn't want to play. I know so many folks say that if you want to play Ocarina of Time for the first time in 2021 when this is coming out, that you should go ahead and play it the 3DS version. And I thought about that, but I realized I really didn't want to. I wanted the polygons. I wanted the graphics that you've seen on every single top 10 video games of all time list. I wanted that. I didn't want the smoother 30 FPS or anything like that, even the little convenience parts that they have. I want this first playthrough to be how I played it when I was a kid. I think that's going to be a lot more fun. Of course, when we're doing randomizers of this, because we're not going to stop here with any Zelda game. I'm on a Zelda kick right now, and I don't think that that's going away. But I will do all of those mods, because I know that you can get, the 3D texture pack for the N64 version of Ocarina of Time. But that's much, much, much in the future. We're not worried about that right now. We're just trying to find 40 rupees to go get the Deku Shield. Now, when I have played this before, and I must have, tried this about a dozen times, I would say only about 3 of those ever got past Dodongo Cavern. One of them got to being an adult. We should go ahead and equip our sword. Wow, even the character model on the pause screen looks good. That usually looks kind of booty. Oh, that classic slashing noise from Link. But I definitely don't remember the... Oh no, I do remember, there's a blue rupee. There is a blue rupee in the shop, so we can go ahead and go there. Yes, that's how you use a fairy. It's so great that you finally have a fairy partner. I'll teach you how to talk to people using your fairy. So this is just the tutorial. Just using Z targeting. I really do like the use of Navi as the kind of helper. Having a legitimate helper with a core game mechanic that is introduced for the first time because this is the first 3D Zelda game. We go ahead and get the Great Deku Shield. Not the Great Deku Shield. We're going to go to the Great Deku Tree, but we just get the regular old Deku Shield. And we don't have the moolah for nothing else. Go away. So let's go ahead and go. If there's one dungeon I'm going to know, it's going to be this one. but it's been so long. It's been since my last attempt. I was a freshman in college. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Oh, I did. What's that? Oh, you have a Deku Shield? And what's that? Is that the Kokiri Sword? Good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the Great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Yo, he's a gatekeeper, literally and figuratively. Get out of my way. Yeah, it's been 8 years since I've played this game, and in that playthrough I got to Kakariko. Oh, sweet, first enemy. Gonna have to get a little bit used to these controls. We get the Deku Stick. The Deku Sticks are like silly overpowered, right? Because I know in randomizers people use them a whole lot because they do extra damage. Great Deku Tree, I'm back. Oh no, I did the Deku Tree voice for Navi. Oh, that music. Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Seal, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Great Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Seal, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have the courage enough to undertake this task? Oh, why I do. Then enter, brave Seal, and thou too, Navi. I'm the bravest damn Seal you've ever seen. And Seal, when Navi speaks, use the controller. It is a little bit funny when characters in a video game break the fourth wall like that. Like, I totally know that it's necessary, but it always kind of takes me out of the game a little bit. Inside the Deku Tree. The quintessential tutorial level for any Zelda game. Which, you know, looking back on it, we get that nut. How many times has that joke been said about this game? He said I was courageous, not original. Look at this wall. The vines are growing on it. Give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Seal. Maybe I can. Like, looking back on it, and it being the first 3D Zelda game, it makes sense why... I mean, this first dungeon is really hand-holdy. I mean, you get literally a chest just right out here in the open. Well, I guess more or less Dragon Roost Cavern did that as well, but a little bit less obvious so. And we get the dungeon map, which especially when I first play Zelda games, I use so much, so I'll have some edits to do for that, but that's not something y'all have to worry about. I do enjoy that, because one of the things that I hate about some video games, like, I remember, oh god, BioShock. I love BioShock. You can open a door by standing da-da-da-da-da. I love BioShock, but that map system in that game is such utter trash that it's almost like impossible to use. In Zelda games, it's always good. Oh god, need to get used to the controls that I'm using. I do kind of wish that I had a janky N64 controller to play it on, but that's okay. Ow, 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 forgive me, master. Ooh, kinky. When you jump off a high cliff, da-da-da-da-da, hold forward and you will roll on the ground. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the tip. The cliff is really, really high. Haha. If you try, you are feeling bold. Wow, the music is just so... We'll be talking about the music a lot in this game, I think. I mean, Ocarina of Time, like, one of the core concepts is the music. Like, it's how you really interact with the world in a meaningful way, I think. But it is very calming in this, a lot more than I remember. And we get the Slingshot. Oh, that looks pretty solid. Okay. I remember I wanted a Slingshot so bad growing up because Link had one in this game. For some reason, my mom never got me one. I can only imagine why. And then you always like learn later about all of those little kids that have slingshots and how many windows they break and shit. I like having shooting projectiles on what's going to be the Z button for me. Ooh. It's going to take some getting used to that aim mechanic. But yeah, the music is just very calming. Like, it's almost meditative, and it's super appropriate because it really does communicate. It can kind of communicate the, oh, crapola. That's actually okay, I think. Yeah, that's fine. It kind of communicates the overall purity of the Deku Tree, I think. Since even though he has been cursed and corrupted, that for the most part, it's still a serenity that he has that still pervades, even though you have to go in and rid him of parasites, which I think is the title of Goma, correct? Not entirely sure. We shall see when we get to her here in a little bit. I think one of the things that retrospection can really do for you when you're playing a game like Ocarina of Time is, even though that I haven't played it all the way through, I have played some of it, and just the way that you hear it is just in a mode of respect. So, and I always try to go into any video game with the full intention that I am gonna like it, I did it. It's just a lot more fun that way. I don't go into video games to be a critic. I go into movies like that, but not video games. Video games are purely for enjoyment, and we get the compass, and I always make sure I full clear every dungeon. In this case, that's not going to include doing things like Skulltulas. My goal for this game for this playthrough is to get 50 of the Skulltulas. I'm not worried at all about getting 100. That's actually a main reason why I had never finished this game, is that even though I had a guide, I would not be able to find like maybe a Skulltula in like Zora River or something. Oh god! Okay, that was a lucky bounce. That was a slightly more unlucky one. Oh god. I'm getting dogged up. Can you like shoot this dude? Are these things in... No. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, that beeping is gonna get real annoying. Oh, he's glitching out. The fuck? Alright, well, I gotta find some hearts. I'm about to DI. Okay, thankfully we got rid of that. We got rid of the beeping. But yeah, what I was mostly saying is that when you're playing a game like this, and you go into it with the intention of enjoying it, and knowing what I know about it, it really is just like, oh, you get the sense that you really are playing something special. And it's just a really cool feeling. Okay, that's just a recovery heart. We wasted more hearts to get here, but we do get our first Skulltula. It's not really a feeling that you can get many times in your life, because it's always like a feeling that once you play something for the first time, it's always going to be, you can never get back to that first time in anything really. So it's a special feeling, and I'm really looking forward to the end game especially. So the farthest I ever got was Fire Temple. So we're gonna see, do we have anything else to get up here? We do have one thing, so we're gonna go get that. Ooh, movement is a little funky. Gonna get used to it though. Oh, we have one chest over here that we can still nab. I think it's over here. Didn't we already come back over here? Ooh, maybe there's a secret one. Ooh, there's a secret one. Can we get some hearts? Thank you very much. I'm gonna need all the health that I can get, because I have a tendency to die in Zelda games quite often. It says, oh, right here. Oh, I'm a silly goose. It's probably gonna be nothing super useful, but maybe some sticks? Give me a good stick. Oh, give me a piece of the... Oh, that's not even a piece of the heart. And, you know, we gotta do it in style. Alright, so that's everything up on the top floors. Let's go ahead and break through the web. Another part that I just thought was so cool as a kid. Being able to think in the 3D space like this. And like another reason why this just works so well as a tutorial level I mean, I'm probably just going to be singing praises of this so often, but that's okay. I will try to come up with things that might annoy me. I'm sure there's going to be some. But right now, yeah, it's just one of those things that like I was just talking about, my philosophy when I'm going into a new video game is to always enjoy it. Why go into something and expect to not enjoy it unless you get absolutely paid for it? Like if you're a critic, basically. Easy peasy once you get their guys to show the butt. Always easier when you show the butt. Perfecto. Easy peasy. And I know we got a Skulltula somewhere over here. Ah, we got one right there. Let's see. We need a... Okay, we can hop up top of here. Let's go ahead and get that Skulltula real quick. That way, that sound you get from the Skulltulas is real eerie. Like, you need it because how the hell else are you gonna find it, honestly? But it's still like, especially I got big headphones on right now, so just hearing it is just like it's a little creepy. And like even thinking that, like I'm sure there's a lot of hard Skulltulas to find. Well, I wasn't able to find some with a guide, but yeah, having it in your ear holes like that is super useful for finding out where all these little critters are. Yeah, this music just makes me want to like burn some sage or something. Like burn some sage and get all meditative. I can mess with it. So that means we gotta try to get around somehow while not falling in the water. Okay, that's how you do it. Easy game. It honestly ought to be. It's the first dungeon. Got him. Got him. Come over here. Please forgive me, Master. Good, I really don't like all the Master stuff. You will never beat my brothers ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. I do like how he's kind of tapping his toes. Do you think that I'm a traitor? Ooh, apparently that smells bad. I guess it is basically just a weed. Yeah, you don't really go sniffing dandelions and then have a great reaction to it. Okie dokie. What is in here? Ooh, I remember this room. I remember thinking this room was like really, really cool because of the rolling spike. And like, God, for the life of me, when I was a young boy, I was not, a young seal, rather. I was not very good at problem solving. I have thankfully gotten a lot better as I've gotten older. But I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to make this work at all. And I was just trying to think that you had to be like freaking Michael Jordan up in here and hop over that, and I could not figure out how to get Link to do it. All right, what's over here? Because you don't need any big keys or boss keys quite yet. I remember that being a thing in the smaller dungeons, or the child dungeons. You only just need to worry about pretty much just getting to the boss. I guess that does... they had to do a lot with this game, now that I'm like thinking about it. It's because, you know, having or ditching those core concepts that were even in Link to the Past of the like small keys and big keys in the earlier dungeons. Damn you to hell. There we go. Is really just in an effort maybe just to... I wonder if it was a way to... I'm sure it's twofold. Like, it's not only making it more accessible to a wider player base, but also... Oh, we get the little Goma babies. Oh, do not spray your babies on me. Ew. We just need a light, man. That looks like a bombable wall, so that means there's probably a Skulltula back there, if I had to guess. We're going not Link to the Past. Oh no, it's a new Zelda game. A new Zelda game where I can get all the titles wrong. But yeah, getting rid of those core, yeah, like part of it's I'm sure wanting to appeal to a larger audience. And then the other half is just really wanting to, I guess, prepare the new player base for something. God, imagine, there must have been, I'll do some research. if I can speak. I'll do some research and see kind of what the development process for this game is. I'll probably do that later on in the playthrough, trying to avoid spoilers as much as possible, of course. But yeah, it's a super interesting concept because, I mean, of course they had the absolute most tools at their disposal when playing this game. I mean, when making this game. But, you know, just because people have more tools, like that's why you get so many movies that are like, they have, you know, those micro budgets that are under $10 million, which is, you know, $10 million is not a lot in movie terms. There we go. Oh God, don't, your knees. Thank God we had water. But yeah, having more resources does not always translate to a better creative venture. So it's just, I just find it's the writer in me. I've been talking about it in the Wind Waker randomizer as well. I'm too busy talking. I gotta do the puzzle. Come on, buddy. Ah, buddy. So that's kind of nice that the Z targeting works even when you aren't holding it. I'll have to remember that because I don't think that that's the case in Wind Waker. All right, cool beans. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's just so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. It's just so annoying that... Oh, that's super funny. When she's stunned. Oh, Queenie, sorry about that. All right, let's take on Queen Goma real quick. Let's get done with this first episode and continue on our journey. But we gotta defeat the... Oh, look, you can see her up there. Oh, that's nasty. That's real nasty. Oh, she's like glowing and stuff? That's a really nice effect. I feel like you get a lot more of those little effects when you are able to blow it up, like blow up the resolution like this. You just notice all the little small details. It's really cool. All right, first boss fight. Let's go get him. Oh, the darkness. I believe in a thing called love. I'm not gonna do the falsetto right now. I'm too scared. I'm looking at you. There you be. It is. Parasitic armored arachnid Goma. Oh, I do love the boss titles in Zelda. They're so freaking cool. Come on. Oh, I think the Deku nuts really work well against her, right? We're gonna try those. Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, if I can press the right button to attack her. Oh, lordy lord. Oh, God. Still getting used to the controls. All right, come on. Let's go get him. And she's probably going to hop up to the ceiling and release her babies, which is super nasty. Make sure we get plenty of health due to my propensity to DI. Oh, and she's... Oh, that's freaking nasty, dude. Yeah. Oh, God, the reach of the Kokiri Sword is... I mean, it's predictably awful, but it's so bad. Gonna have to kind of remember that. Okay, doke. Okay, doke. All right, I think we got... As is the theme with all Nintendo bosses, we have one more cycle before we are donezo with Queen Goma. God, this music is really, like always, I will always reference the music when talking about the mood. It's the fog, this is really the darkest area of the game that you've been in so far. And just the music is, really puts me on edge at least. Oh, quick shot Link right here. Bang, bang. 2 slingshot, bang, bang. Oh, God. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. But, which button? All right. I have not cured the Deku Tree. Don't you run away from me. Don't you dare run away from me. I'm not done with you. Oh, God, I am fighting like a peasant right now. Can you, like, just pop her? I'm sure you could if I was a better shot. She has birthed 12 babies in this single battle. All of the speedruns that I've watched, they'd be so ashamed of my progress thus far. All right, let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Where are you, Goma? Gomi. Come on, Gomi. I got pop ya. Oh, come on. What? Come on. Come on. Ah, there we go. Oh, and one thing I loved is the blue fire and then just the depixelization of the bosses when you kill them is always so cool to me. I just think it's such a nice effect. It like shows that they really are almost a spiritual and supernatural force. You got a heart container, your maximum. Okay, we get that extra little bit of juice that we need. Take us away.